Hello guys and welcome to another log of Digimon Pendulum COLOR Nature Spirit, and for today's log, Gekomon has evolved to Tonosama Gekomon, also known as Shogun Gekomon in the dub version. And as usual, while we explore Tonosama Gekomon's profile on Wikimon and Digimon.net, we will let Tonosama Gekomon idle across the screen. But anyway, before we continue with today's log, I just have to say, if you're a fan of Digimon or raising virtual pets, you've come to the right channel, because I document every Digimon that I raise and I upload at least twice a week, sometimes every day. So if you like such content, go ahead and blast the like and subscribe button with Tonosama Gekomon's Tone Blaster, or I think basically ultra low frequency tones, or we'll read about his attack anyway. Add a like and subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of my uploads. Alright, let's get down to today's log. Why do I keep calling him Tonosama Gekomon, which is a mouthful, instead of his dubbed localized name, which is Shogun Gekomon? Now this lies beneath the etymology and origin of his name. We usually talk about how the Digimon got his name, and this is available on Wikimon.net. So according to Wikimon, Tonosama is also a Japanese term for feudal lord. So that makes sense because it's like a feudal lord kind of Gekomon. It's a ruler of Gekomon in a sense, right? A feudal ruler. But on top of that, there is also an additional pun, which is Tonosama Gaeru, which is basically the Japanese name for a black spotted frog. So that's interesting. It's a double pun. It's a pun on Tonosama, which is basically a feudal lord, Japanese word for feudal lord, and Tonosama Gaeru, which is a black spotted frog. So very smart. I like double puns. I like a single pun, and double puns make it even better. The Gekomon part of his name, we talked about it in the previous log. Basically, it's a sound that a frog makes in Japanese. Geko geko. And that's why it's called Gekomon. Not G-E-C-K-O, which makes it a lizard. It is not a lizard, it's a frog. So, the English dub name, they call it Shogun Gekomon, which Shogun is also a Japanese word for a highest ranking noble in feudal Japan, also known as general, right? So take a pick, Tonosama Gekomon or Shogun Gekomon. Personally, I prefer Tonosama Gekomon. I think it makes more sense because of the double pun. So I like it a little bit more because of the double pun. I don't know why they had to change feudal lord to a feudal general. I think they were all from the feudal era. Like, if you are trying to censor the part about, feudal wars, doesn't really matter because they're all from the feudal generation of Japan. Okay, but anyway, that's its etymology and origin of his name, and I cannot, for the sake of me, figure out why the English localization's logic is that way. But anyway, so much shielding about death and demons, but cultural insensitivity, okay, interesting. So let's talk about its profile. An upgrade to Gekomon with a horn that looks like a top knot. Shogun Gekomon was supposedly first created in a karaoke machine scoring system. Okay, I had no idea. I didn't know that at all. And that's why it's so interesting to read all his profile on Digimon.net. I never knew that it was data related to karaoke machine scoring system, but it makes sense because it's all about singing. It has two horns on his shoulders that play a melody, and it can sing several registers lower than Gekomon, giving off the air of dignitary. Its special move, Musical Fist, uses its vocal cords and horns to create an ultra-low frequency wave that corrupts the data of its foes. I remember this part of the description when I read it years ago, something about the frequency wave thing. So that's it. It corrupts the data of its foes using ultra-low frequency waves. However, these ultra-low frequencies seem to actually improve the health of some opponents. Okay, that's cool. So it's like a cleric of sorts if you deploy it differently. But yeah, Musical Fist is his attack. Interesting profile on Shogun Gekomon. Shogun Gekomon gives me a lot of nostalgia here, and I'll explain a little bit more when we are on the sprite. But for now, okay, no, actually we can talk about it now. Why? Because we are talking about evolution conditions as part of it. And as usual, we need to refer to Humulo's website because it's awesome, it's amazing, and that's the reason why I enjoy raising virtual pets now so much, because there's a guide. The evolution guide is so useful. So in the case of Tonosama Gekomon, to get him, you just need to evolve from Gekomon here with 1+ condition hearts. Make sure that you don't treat it too badly. You know, if take perfect care of it, you should have 3 condition hearts, but you don't need 3, just 1 will do. You can afford to make 2 care mistakes basically. Just battle 15 times and make sure your 80% win ratio is there. And 80% applies cumulatively across battles fought by the Digimon in its entire lifetime so far, but the 15 battles need to come from the evolution stage, right? So it's during when it was still a Gekomon, you have to fight 15 times, and then in totality of all its battles and its victory rates, it needs to be above 80%. And that's it. It's 100% evolution to Tonosama Gekomon, which is great. Alright. You can also evolve to Tonosama Gekomon through Jogress with other Digimon. So Monochromon can have a few Jogress with different like Digimon, and you can get Tonosama Gekomon or the virus stage Digimon. So you just see that Jogress combination to do Jogressing if you prefer, but I prefer the natural evolution path if I can. Makes it better for, you know, documenting a log. The completionist in me prefers it that way. Anyway, that is Tonosama Gekomon's evolution conditions for Digimon Pendulum Color. Now, why did I say it's full of nostalgia for me? Because Tonosama Gekomon was a Digimon that I frequently obtained on my old Digimon Pendulum in the 1990s, the first device that I owned. Why? Because there was no evolution guide back then, not available in my country. And, you know, we just had to play around with the devices. My friend also had a Digimon Pendulum as well, not color, Digimon Pendulum as well. And we just tried different combinations, right? We tried to treat it well, and then we get certain Digimon. We treat it badly, we get certain Digimon. And then we tried Jogressing, and it was so confusing because we kept getting mismatched, but we didn't understand why that mismatch, what that mismatch meant. It just meant that you can't Jogress a Gekomon with another Gekomon, or if it's Gekomon but Deep Savers, it's not Gekomon, it's Octomon, but they occupy the same slot. And if you try to Jogress them together, they consider them the same Digimon, even though it's Gekomon and Octomon. But it didn't make sense to us, right? It's like 2 different Digimon, why can't you Jogress? But sometimes it works. So it was very confusing. And then the funny thing about the Jogressing is that there's a heavy bias towards virus and vaccine. So if it's virus and data, you get a virus ultimate level Digimon. If it's vaccine and data, you get a vaccine level Digimon. If it's vaccine and vaccine, you get vaccine as well. If you get virus and virus, you get virus as well. So data just gets the less combination. So we frequently got the Jogress for virus and vaccine. And consequently, on my Nature Spirits device, the vaccine Jogress was Jagamon, which is what I brought up in my Jagamon log. And the virus Digimon was Tonosama Gekomon. So I kept getting Tonosama Gekomon with many of the permutations that I tried. So I just kept getting him. Every time I got him, I was like, damn. And I didn't know how it worked. So when I got it, it's just like, I should have, because if you have an evolution guide, you know what you're going to get. But if you don't, you just think that it's trial and error, right? So you're just like hoping to get something different, and then you see that frog and you're just like, it failed. So that's how it was like back then. Now, of course, we have to orchestrate that. Right? The evolution from Gecko to Tonosama Gekomon is not just Jogress, it's actually natural evolution. So it's good. I actually had to take care of Gekomon to get him to evolve to Tonosama Gekomon. And now I have it. Interestingly, this brings back a lot of memories. And while back then they weren't fond memories, now it is nice to see this little frog again. It actually looks cute. Let's take a closer look at its sprite, shall we? Alright, and here we have Tonosama Gekomon sprite, and I think it looks super cute. Of course, back then when I was playing this in the 1990s, it didn't look cute to me because, you know, aside from a clear issue of repetition, making it something really quite disappointing, there was a slight bias there. It was just like, I didn't really find it interesting because It just looks like Gekomon's sprite, but added with this little black thing on top. And because it was black and white, so you can't really figure out what's that black thing on top. But you didn't know, because even if you look at the artwork, you can't tell, is it the purple hair thing that it has at its top, or is it the horn, the musical horn that it has. So now with color, it's a lot clearer. Obviously, it is the purple hair that it has on top. So question is, where is the horn? Is the horn hidden? It's on the sprite, but of course, I guess it's the limitation of the 16 by 16 pixel. There's only so much you can animate with so little pixels available, and that's something about the Digimon Pendulum color. And but it still has its charm. It's nothing compared to the Vital Bracelet, but it's a different device, and we've said this many times, they work with what they got. And I think Tonosama Gekomon actually looks cute now that I can figure out what that little thing on its head is. So and without the bias of disappointment getting the same Digimon again and again, actually it does look really cute, Tonosama Gekomon. Yeah. So let's check out its stats again. I think it has full hearts because I take good care of it, and it has one more battle to go to meet its evolution condition for the next level. But let's give it a piece of I guess meat it will deny, but let's give it a piece of protein then. Let's go. Roll. That's how it eats. Alright, let's see the training animation. It's virus, so it's blue. Gotta shake it to the blue zone. There we go. That's it. And that's all you need for Mega Hit. Oh, see, it's a double quiver note. I think it's a quiver note. Yeah. Cool quiver, double quiver, compared to the Gekomon, which is a single quiver note. I think that's what it's called. I'm not musically trained. I'm just trying to recall from my memory abscess back from secondary school about what they taught in music class. I think it's a quiver note. Let's see the angry animation. If you don't train, if you don't shake it, there we go. There'll be a lot of single hits, and then it will be angry. Oh. So the happy animation looks really cute though. Do you see that just now? Alright, anyway, we gotta simulate a battle. Anyway, we need one more battle to evolve, and the conservative me always fights at the rookie level. So sorry about that. Don't mean to bully the younger Digimon, but I just gotta keep the victory rate up. So unfortunately, that is the reality of being a completionist tamer. Alright, and obviously he won that battle against Little Otamamon. It's an ultimate against rookie. It's hardly any competition. So that was its win, and we have met its evolution conditions for the next level. 15 battles from in Shogun Gekomon's form. That makes a cumulative 30 battles. Doesn't really matter. The point is 15 battles when it is Shogun Gekomon to evolve to the next level, and it has definitely at least 80% win rate. So that's great. Shogun Gekomon is all ready to evolve. It's a matter of time. Sorry, knocked the camera due to the excitement. Let's see the evening sky. There we go. Ooh. I think we have to document it saying nope. I think that's a cute animation as well to capture. No. And then we have the sleeping animation as well, as usual. I think it sleeps at 10. Yeah, it doesn't sleep at 9. It's a late sleeper, this guy. Alright, it's ready to sleep. Let's just sleep. Oh, I didn't notice that before. It moves, its mouth moves. Alright, that's cute. That's really cute. Now, is it snoring? Maybe it's snoring. But that's its sleeping animation, and that's it. That's it for today's log for Tonosama Gekomon. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and crush the like and subscribe button with Tonosama Gekomon's low frequency notes, and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of my uploads. I document every Digimon that I raise, and I upload at least twice a week, sometimes every day. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye!